It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And playing a big role on defense is Jordan Hicks. He put up numbers last week with a 9-tackle performance. It's the Vikings and the Eagles on Thursday night.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the ladder when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Tonight, we're on to week 2 of the NFL season. We got a good one on tap, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the defending NFC champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. On the return, Boston Scott. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
And we already knew that Hurts was a good quarterback. But last year, he moved to elite status. Under his guidance, the Eagles returned to the Super Bowl and nearly won it. And he's also one of the league's most dangerous players, thrown for 38 touchdowns his last 2 seasons and run for another 23.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Right back to Swift again on second down. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Nice run and some new digs for Swift, the biggest name to be dealt during this year's draft. Had some tough times in 3 years with the Lions, but the good news for him, he's now in Philadelphia and knows exactly how to get the most out of a versatile runner.
And this time the yards won't come so easy, as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Quez Watkins, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. They're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Hurts. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make, because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get out of roll early, chip away at their timing.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. So here are the Vikings set to go to work, and they're led by the leading passer in the NFC a season ago. Now in his 12th year, 6th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was hard to pop all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Osborne. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And this will be a Vikings first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, Cousins. To Jefferson on the slam. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Amazing how Jefferson makes first downs like that look routine, isn't it? He's off to the greatest start by a receiver in NFL history. Set records for most catches and yards in a player's first 3 seasons and led the league in both last year.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Cousins. That's complete to Chandler on the check down. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Play fake. Cousins. We're going back to the same roll. It's Hockenson again. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and a couple. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. K.J. Osborne, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down and 2. You look at this Eagle defense. Against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh, yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Jordan Addison with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turning into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
But 1st down, Hurts. He finds his man complete. It's Watkins. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down. Throwing is Hurts. He'll get this off to Swift. Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. It's caught. Smith. So the completion there, and CD, as we know, trying to defend against an NFL quarterback, that's one thing. Trying to defend against a mobile NFL quarterback, that's quite another. What's the plan here defensively?
Well, the pass rush has to still try and get to him, especially the guys on the edge, but they're going to go maybe a count slower, right? They want to make sure they don't get too far upfield where he steps up and takes off through a lane. The same is true for those interior guys as well. So you've got to change it up with him. Try and keep him hemmed into the pocket, and occasionally you throw a spy on him. A fast linebacker or one of your extra defensive backs who can dance with him a little bit if he takes off and runs.
The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a 1st. Here's Hurts to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Swift is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
And as a defensive coordinator, you're almost in a no-win situation down here near the goal line. You know how dangerous Jalen Hurts is when he holds on to it. You've got to be prepared to stay with him. So when he hands it off, if you're slow in reacting, this is going to be the result.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. On play action, Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's Chandler on second down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The offense on third down tonight. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well.
Second down, here's Hurts. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing, Cousins. And he'll just get rid of it.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Here's Ward to return. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Now back to throw. This will be caught by Brown. 17 yards and a 1st down for Philly.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They'll look to throw again. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback, you've got to make that throw, right?
Yeah.
That's got to be complete.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a big way.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Here's Aaron Sipas now. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Pass caught here by Osborne. Finding room at midfield. Across midfield. He's on his way. Touchdown, Vikings. K.J. Osborne, his 1st touchdown of the new season, and the Vikings have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Hurts. Quick slant to Brown. And A.J. going to pick up an Eagles 1st down up near the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Aaron Sipas on to punt as he'll get this one away now. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and it will be Vikings ball 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he'll take this one up to about the 23.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down. They hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field. You're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play. That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And down he'll go at the 25. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And out now come the Eagles. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Here's Hurts to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Cousins to throw it. Pass complete to Addison. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Throwing is Hurts. Over the middle, it's complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Hurts. Being chased out left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. A 33-yarder from the left hash. The kick by Elliott is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a moment. But first, the NFL season is in full swing. Let's show the good folks what we've got in store for us later this weekend here in Week 2. Good games galore in that Sunday lineup. We'll highlight the one going on in Atlanta. A big one for the Falcons as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And lastly, Monday Night Football has a good one lined up between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Taken at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have the control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Cousins. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. Jalen Carter brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And here's Ryan Wright now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return is Ward. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. This will be caught by Brown. 11 yards for number 11.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. They'll look to throw here. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. Looking right side, and it's complete to Watkins. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Here's Swift. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal. Hurts sets up to throw it. Touchdown! Chris Watkins. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. So a very strong first drive in the 2nd half, Charles, as they turn that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Elliott now to add the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Cousins. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
That's pulled in at the 32. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Here's a handoff to Swift running left. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Hurts. Got a man. It's Brown. He's into space past the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Elliott good with a PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Wide receiver A.J. Brown, you see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
2nd down. Here's Hurts. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself, because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Swift. A solid stiff arm. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are on their way to a 2-0 start.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Elliott on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. That time, a 9-play drive. And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goedert. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And the football going back to the Vikings offense. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And he's got this to Jefferson. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Cousins now. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. Throwing is Cousins. Completes this to Addison out left. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 42. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. Again, it's Cousins. This goes out wide from Madison, and he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 6. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And that one never got off the ground. He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. To throw, Cousins. Hard throw, incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Swift. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 69 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. They run out of the gun with Swift. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. Working with 2nd and 5 now. All the option left, it's Hurts. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a 1st down on the keeper. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll get it inside the 35.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half. And that